You know, guys, a lot of people in this business just want to talk about the winners. But listen, I think the reason that you keep coming back to these videos is that I amuse you, first of all, but also I am not opposed to talking about losing because the reality is this. Sometimes you have to take a look at the losing before you can refocus and get back on a winning track. Now, you know I've told you many, many times that I don't lament the losers, nor do I celebrate the winners. And it's a damn good thing because since the Super Bowl, there have been more of the former than the latter in my particular case. But normally, 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, this is how I handicap a card. I am not one of these handicappers that puts out my projected line, waits till the official line is posted, match my line versus the other line. I've done it in the past. I just don't like doing it anymore and haven't done it for a number of years that way, probably 10 some years. But it works for some guys. It doesn't work for me because truth be told, even in college basketball, when you've got a slew of games on the board, I can take a look at any matchup and I can tell you probably within a point and a half of what the line is going to be. It's just because I know the teams. But the caveat to that statement is this. I only focus on about 40, 45 teams all season long. I mean, so if you want to know what the line is going to be in a Southern Conference game, well, you're barking up the wrong tree because I just don't bother with the Southern Conference. Listen, I think the key in college basketball, because of the quantity of teams, is you've got to find your particular conferences that you really follow religiously and teams, a group of about 40, 45 teams that you follow almost day in, day out. And then from among those 20, 25 games on a Saturday, that's where you're going to find your winners. And as long as you have diversity and you're going across the country, you're covered for Thursday nights when you're going to be going out to the Mountain West or the Pac-10, two of my favorite conferences this season. The WAC, I don't waste my time. So you have to look at that way when you handicap. Now, yesterday was a typical example for me. I looked at the card, and there were a couple of games that stood out. One was North Carolina laying 3.5 points at Georgia Tech. In fact, I gave it to you as a free pick here with the Tar Heels. Also, in the NBA, I had a couple of games that stood out. The first one was New Orleans at home against Chicago. And I liked the Hornets in that game, and I gave you the Hornets as a free pick. But the other game was Boston and Denver. The Nuggets at home laying about 8 and 8.5 against the Celtics. Now, and there was one other college game. It was Wichita State against Indiana State. And you know, the last time I went against Wichita State, what happened in that one with the 10-dime loser on Saturday. I don't even want to recap that incredible failure by Illinois State on Sunday. But those were the 4 games. So I isolated them, I did my research, and then it came time to pick the game. Well, again, Wichita State, Indiana State. Indiana State has been damn good to me this season, but the Missouri Valley Conference, which has also been very profitable, I just looked at that game and I thought, man, this one's going to come right down to the number. It was decided by a half point. It's a good thing I skipped it. Then it came time to pick my best bet. Now, you know, I just told you I gave you North Carolina in college basketball and New Orleans Hornets here in the NBA as your free picks. Why? Because with New Orleans, much as I like the Hornets, there's something about the Chicago Bulls. They own me. They have my number. Listen, you don't have to hit me over the head that many times to tell me to stay away from games involving the Chicago Bulls, okay? God forbid if they make it to the championship series, I'm screwed, okay? So then it came down. Which game was I going to go with? Was I going to go with North Carolina, the road favorite, coming off the home win against Virginia? Or was I going to go with Boston and Denver, going with the Nuggets at home in revenge? Because remember, they had that long winning streak snapped in that triple overtime loss of Boston a couple of weeks ago, which then started a 3-game losing streak before the All-Star break. Well, guys, I got to be honest with you. 99% of the time, I would have pulled the trigger on North Carolina. But in the back of my mind, that damn little voice is telling me, Jesus, take that road favorite again and suffer another loss. I've been losing road favorites here lately. So I decided to go against the one voice I should have listened to and listen to that little devil on my back shoulder whispering in my ear, and I went with Denver. I gave you a free winner on North Carolina, and I lost a 15-dime play, which matches the biggest of my career in the NBA on Nuggets last night. Listen, they were lucky to win the damn game. They came nowhere close to covering. Now, true, what's my record? 41, 24, and 3 with those plays over the past 3 years combined. But I needed a win. And that was the problem last night because I went against my own philosophy. And here's the lesson to be learned. If you're a quarterback, you can't throw the perfect pass. If you're the pitcher, you can't throw the perfect pitch. Sometimes at the plate, you're in the groove, and sometimes you're not. You'd like to hit the ball to the left side. You'd like to pull the ball maybe, but sometimes you can't. You gotta go as a gambler with your first instinct, with your first inclination. I am such a believer in that. To me, it's no different than taking the heads in the coin flip for the Super Bowl. there's no evidence that well, there is some studies, but there's no like book that says it always happens. But I just believe you go with your first inclination and go for it. After all, we are gambling, are we not? Doesn't that mean we're using what we know and going with our gut instinct to go with the play? My gut instinct was North Carolina yesterday, but I talked myself off and went on Denver. Doesn't happen often, but listen, I got to be honest with you. Even if the Nuggets had won and covered last night, I'd still be sitting here today talking about the same damn thing. Now, the other thing about me, as you know, I do not, as I said, lament the losses, celebrate the wins. So tonight, I'm coming back with a 15-dime playing college basketball, which matches the biggest of my career. Just like I did last Wednesday with Kansas State by 20 points over Baylor as a 5.5-point home chalk. Because there is a game tonight in college basketball where I think all the intangibles are there, and it means more than the talent on the court. I think the intangibles give you the win in this particular game, and I'm going to play it as a 15-dimer, even though I lost last night, because I'm not going to listen to the little devil whispering in my ear saying, oh, be conservative tonight, because again, this is gambling, and sometimes you just got to go for it. Hey, guys, I've got 3 promotions coming your way here in just a moment. Let me get to them in just a second. First, however, again, let me talk about something that lost. I've been giving you the opportunity to buy some of the top handicappers plays at half price here for the past 3 weeks. And as I noted in yesterday's video report, it's been like almost an 80-85% conversion rate in terms of the winners. Unfortunately, yesterday, Matt Rivers, who had won 3 straight 400,000 star plays, 12 out of 14 200,000 star plays, went with his biggest play of the season, a 500,000 star play on LSU, plus the 7.5 to 8 points at Tennessee. And it unfortunately lost. You got the play for half price. LSU fouled it down by 10 points in the first half, and they never could recover. That was the final margin in the game. I don't know, maybe the Tigers playing third game in 6 days, it got to them, but they did not play with the intensity, I thought, and unfortunately, Matt Rivers' play lost. But still, even if you factor in that loss, my God, it's still, as I've been giving these best bets, the big plays at half price have still been, or less, it's still been a phenomenal conversion rate over the past 3 weeks, and I'm going to do it again today, guys. And I'm going to turn once more to Scott Delaney. The guy's been money in the bank. He is going today for his 7th consecutive winning day. The numbers, $10 bettors have won $8,115 over the past 82 days. They have won $6,320 over the past 57 days. Not only is it going for winning day number 7 in a row today, but he also has 80-dime college basketball winner number 4 in a row, College of Charleston at Western Carolina. Now, you may recall, last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I think it was, he cashed in with consecutive 80-dime plays. 2 of them, Texas Arlington and Manhattan, in games on Thursday and Friday, went outright as dogs. And another one, Texas Arlington again, winning as a road favorite at Seattle on Saturday. So, and of course, then he followed that up with a 100-dime winner on Iowa by 21 over Minnesota on Sunday. Then he came back the past 2 nights with 2 more underdog winners. They were both 40-dime plays, I believe. Notre Dame outright over Pittsburgh on Monday night, and Indiana outright at Michigan State last night. So, tonight's play is twice as strong as Notre Dame and Indiana the past 2 nights. It's his 4th consecutive 80-dime winner, which is his 2nd biggest play of the season, and it's winning day number 7 in a row. And again, I'm going to give you the opportunity for the 3rd time in the past week to get his play for half price. If you go to his site, you'll see this play cost $85. Use this coupon code, SCOTT4250, SCOTT4250. That will get you Scott's play for half price tonight, SCOTT4250. Why 4250? It's half of $85. You use that coupon code, it takes $42.50 off. It leaves you with a total purchase price of $42.50. You know the reason I'm doing these half-price specials, and God almighty, I mean, he's been red hot with them. That's for darn sure. Another handicapper I want to talk, well, here, let me also give you promotion number 2 today. I've been doing this the last 3 Wednesday, or this is going to be the 3rd straight Wednesday I've done this, and I like to do it again because I know so many of you have gone for it and your packages have expired. You can buy a package of a handicapper for 7 days here and get another 7-day package to run concurrently at the same time of another handicapper of equal or lesser value for free. So, for example, Scott Delaney costs $249 for 1 week of action. You could buy Scott Delaney and then get Anthony Redd's 1-week package for for free, which normally costs $219 because it's equal or lesser value for the same 1 week period. That's how the promotion works. Or, for example, you can do Anthony Red, who costs $219 for a week, and then you can get Craig Davis, who costs $199 for a week, and get Craig Davis for free. The plays of 1 week of a second handicapper of equal or lesser value for free by 1 week. Get the second handicapper for the same week free of equal or lesser value. How you do it? You make your initial purchase, send an email to customer service, tell them, hey, add so-and-so's plays to my account. Give them about 10 minutes, and they will do so. It's that simple when you come to the site. Finally, today is going to be the Charity Play of the Week selection. It has won each of the past 3 weeks. Quickly, you know the deal, guys. It's something that I created last March where once a week I give you a play of a hot handicapper for free. If that play wins the following day, right here on the video and underneath the video report, I will then ask you to make a donation to a charity that I choose. Normally, I like to find a family that needs some type of financial assistance. And guys, we have built such a caregiving community. We have built that. Those of you that have participated in this program with me. Last week, you guys rolled in the donations big time for a family with 2 little girls where their father, 27 years old, was battling cancer for the 2nd time in the past year, getting ready to embark, which he did, on 15 weeks of 5-day-a-week chemo radiation. And it was surgery to remove a tumor from his knee. He happens to work as a floor installer. He wasn't going to be working. He's going to have all types of medical bills. You guys chipped in. You did your job. Again, if the play wins, I'll ask you the next day to make a donation. If the play loses, nothing ventured, nothing gained. After all, this is gambling, right? Today, I want to turn to one of the new handicappers at the site. Brad Wilton, you can go to his homepage. You can read all about him. Why today, turning to Brad? First, he's going for winning day number 5 in a row. Second, he's got his 40-dime blowout of the week going. He's cleared 110 dimes profit the past 4 days. He's won 4 straight 30-dime winners, and this play is bigger. It's twice as big as last night's 20-dime winner on the Chicago Bulls. Now, if you were to buy that selection, it would cost you $69. Instead, you can get it for free by using this coupon code BRAD69, BRAD69. That easy, B-R-A-D and the number 69. Brad 69 is going to be the Charity Play of the Week selection. One other handicapper quickly I want to talk about, Brian Rosica. I've told you about him. He did it again last night. 75-dime winner last night, cashing in with St. Louis, a 3-point favorite, beating VCU by 14 points. That was on the heels of 60-dime winners. Notre Dame outright over Pittsburgh on Monday night. North Carolina over Virginia on Saturday. Since he has joined the site, let me just get his exact record, 9-3. Making a $10 player $3,050, 305 dimes in net profit. Tonight, winner number 10 out of 13. His 75-dime winner number 2 in a row, just as strong as last night's play on St. Louis, and bigger than those back-to-back 60-dime winners on Saturday and Monday. Now, let me get to your free picks tonight, guys. First of all, I'm going to turn to college basketball. Yes, I'm going to turn to college basketball, and I'm going to side with Providence as the 12-point road dog at Syracuse. Some places you're getting 12.5. Listen, they beat up Notre Dame by 17 points at home in their last game. They won at South Florida by 10. They won at home against Cincinnati by 4. They won at Villanova by 3, so 4 straight wins. You know, they lost and gave Syracuse all they could handle in the first go-round, 72-66, a home loss for Providence as an 11-point dog in that game. Now, the Orangemen are coming off a 76-65 win at Seton Hall, but they shot just 38% in that game, and that was after losing their previous game at Connecticut, losing outright as the favorite, 66-58. So after an 18-1 start, Jim Boeheim, who I think is a total ass, they have just played 500 ball in their last 6 games. Listen, key to beating Syracuse, you got to be able to shoot from the outside. Friars hit 9 out of 18 three-pointers in the first game. When Syracuse is going to drop back in that zone, you've got to hit your perimeter shots. I think Providence can. I think this is a 7 or 8 point game, so I think Providence is the way to go, plus the points in this contest. Your other free selection tonight, guys, I'm going to take a shot with Ohio State coming back home after that 21-point, it was even worse. It was 71-49, so what's that, 22-point loss at Wisconsin on the weekend. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Back at home, they've generally played well. Minnesota coming off a 21-point loss at Iowa. Ohio State only gives up 57 points per game at home. This Minnesota team has lost 3 of its last 4, 7 of its last 10. Tubby Smith's team, I don't see them turning around. You're getting tremendous line value tonight because Ohio State has sucked as well as Minnesota lately. If not, Ohio State would be a bigger favorite in this game, right? Probably be laying 7.5. At 5.5, I think they're a bargain. So those are your 2 freebies. Good luck to you guys, and I'll catch you again tomorrow.